Hello, it's me, Russell again. And since I did my first video, I was told I had to look a little slimmer, I had to smile a bit more, and I also had to get some more colour into my clothing. So here we are. Okay, what I want to discuss today is the Bob Ross cleaning system. And the Bob Ross brush cleaning system is used by many artists who never paint in any way like Bob Ross, but it's a very effective way of doing it. And what the system consists of is, first of all, a bucket. Actually, it's a fairly common garden bucket. I've seen similar shape, design and size for holding things like crabbing equipment when you take the kids to the seaside. Okay, so you've got the bucket, and then you've got the grill or the grid, a wire mesh grid, and the grid goes in the bucket. You then have odorless thinner, Bob Ross odorless thinner, and you normally fill the bucket to a level about 1/2 inch to 1 inch above the level of the grill. Okay? The other part of the cleaning system is the beater rack, and the beater rack usually goes into some sort of receptacle, and I'll go on to that later. So there we have it. We've also got the trusty kitchen towels. Now, I know people who used to paint with Bob Ross, and one person was actually stationed on the same airbase as him many moons ago. And from what I've heard, Bob thought that he could paint almost any of his paintings, and he only needed one brush to do it. And if he wanted to clean his brush, all he had to do was get a roll of kitchen paper and really scrub it like that to get paint off. But sometimes you have to clean your brush, and if you notice, he beats the devil out of it when he's done the sky. And one of the reasons for that is that blue is a very strong colour. A small amount of blue in a large amount of, say, white paint will completely contaminate the white paint. Mix a very tiny amount of paint in with yellow and you get green. Mix a tiny amount of yellow in with blue and the blue takes over and it remains blue. But anyway, on to cleaning. This is a simulation. This is a clean brush. There's no odorless thinner there because I'm not cleaning a brush. I'm just going to simulate it. So you've got two sorts of brushes. You've really got the big brushes, etc. And you've got the smaller brushes, like the fan brushes and the filbert brush and the script liner. So let's take the big brush. Odorless thinner. What you do, you put it in and you simply swirl it around in the odorless thinner. There's no whacking or bashing or anything like that. It's just gentle swirling and pushing the bristles into the grid. Let me do up my button first of all. And pushing the bristles into the grid like that. And that gets the thinners into the brush, gets hold of the paint, takes the paint out of the brush, and of course the brush gets laden with thinners. What you then do is you then push the brush against the side of the bucket to get rid of excess, and if I'm wearing gloves, I'll do that to get more out. Then the next thing is you beat it. Now you don't have the beater rack out in the open like this. This is just a demonstration. And you beat it, and you get your brush and you whack the devil out of it. You beat the devil out of it. Okay? And then when the brush comes out, it's clean. It might have paint dye in it, but it's clean. Get some paper towel and maybe just do that. And if you can put it aside for a moment or two to dry out a little more, that's best, because you get about 99% of all the thinners out of it. Now when you use the smaller brushes, you still stir it and push it and swirl it, but you just very lightly, very lightly beat it. You don't want to beat it too much, otherwise you damage it. That's for the smaller brushes. Once again, pull them through, and if you can for a moment, put them to one side to dry. Once you've cleaned your brushes, you can then use them to paint again. So this is a process that you can do during the painting process, and also at the end of the day when you finish your painting and you're not going to be doing any more that day, give them a clean. And what I frequently do is at the end of the day, I might get another beating system, and I might fill it with fresh odourless thinners and give the brushes I've cleaned another go through, just to get a bit more of the gunge out. Now, obviously, this isn't on a table when I'm doing it for real, so what I do when I'm doing it for real is I put my grid into a thick plastic bag like this, and I put that in, pull that over the sides when it goes, fill this with odourless thinners. I can then do my beating in there, and then when I've finished doing the brush cleaning, I can zip lock the bag together or just turn things over inside, put the lid on to stop it evaporating and smelling. Now, this should go in a hard receptacle. Now, what I've got here is a garden rubble bag, a bit like a black trash sack, but more heavy duty. What I do, I put my beater rack into here, okay, and then I have a container. Usually it's a waste container, but this actually is what we use for food recycling, and I like it because it's got a lid on top, and if I lift the handle up, it locks the lid shut. Also, if I lift the handle forward, move the handle forward like that, it also lifts the lid, keeps the lid locked in position. So, okay, beater rack in the rubble sack, in it goes. And there it is, hiding. Okay, so when it comes to beating, I can get my brush, and usually I might be wearing a pair of rubber gloves when I paint. I can put the brush in here. I can wrap this around my hand and give it a good whack. Stops all the liquid coming out and stops it spraying everywhere. At the end of the time when I finish cleaning it, and I close it up. This is the only recommended way to clean Bob Ross brushes. Apparently if you get them wet with water or anything, then apparently it can damage the paintwork, which I can agree with that, or it can make the bristles fall out. I've never had the bristles fall out of any of my brushes, and I don't think I've heard of anyone ever have that done, who's ever had that done to them. So that's the official way of cleaning Bob Ross paintbrushes, and a lot of other artists use it. Got any questions or comments, put them in the questions or comments below. Give me those all important likes and subscribes, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.